Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you my foundation routine. So the reason for this video is because when I record a tutorial for you guys, I always rush through the foundation routine because I just want to get to the really interesting part, the eyes and the lips. So I thought I will record my foundation routine so you guys can see that apart and then I can do my foundation off screen and just start at the part where I want to start. That way I can just relax while doing my makeup. I don't have to worry about this video becoming too long and I can really show you in depth what I've been doing. Okay, first... Ow! My finger is bleeding. Ow. Okay. That's a new one. Okay, so before I start, I would first like to apologize. Why? Because last week I did not upload a video. I'm so sorry you guys, but I did tell you that sometimes I would skip a week, sometimes I'd have to upload later. Because, well, my schedule is very chaotic and sometimes because of college, because of other stuff that comes in between, I will miss a deadline or will not be able to film. So last week was a horrible week and I would like to forget it as soon as possible. What happened? Well, first of all, I failed 2 of my exams. I always try to limit my retakes in summer because otherwise I'll be studying all summer long and that's not very pleasant. So yeah, and that kind of sucked. Some other things that really sucked, which really threw me off, was the death of David Bowie. David Bowie was a very important role model to me. He inspired me so much and his death was just a really big shock to me. And I was actually really mourning him, and it's really weird when you don't know someone in person but still you're mourning this person's death, and it's something that's quite new to me. I was listening to his album and suddenly I understood what it was about, and it broke my heart, you know? I just did not feel like filming that week. I did not feel like doing anything, and yeah. And then on top of that, I failed those exams, not because I was too sad to study, but just because well... But enough sadness for now. I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, so I'm going to show you my foundation routine. I'm going to show you this pretty much in depth. I'm going to show you the movements that I make and everything. And in the future, I will always refer to this video when I do a tutorial so that you can just follow my foundation routine over here, and I can just skip it in my other tutorials and just get to the eye and lip parts, just to well, keep my videos as short as they should be and not lengthen them too much, because you don't want to look at a tutorial of 1 hour length, I mean. But anyways, I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you have exams as well, I wish you the best of luck. Really go for it. And yeah, I will hopefully see you next week. We'll see. And I think that's all I wanted to say. Was that all? Yes, I think so. So yeah, hopefully until next week. Don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And yeah, see you next video. Bye! It's very important before you begin that you wash your hands, because you don't want to apply any bacteria on your face along with your makeup. So you can see that I'm starting with a bare face and I have no idea what that brown spot on my forehead is about, but yeah, those things happen. So I'm going to use the green primer by Kiko, and I'm going to apply this on all of the red areas on my face. As you can see, my cheeks and around my nose. My skin is very red, and then I have this small red patch just above my nose and just a little bit on the chin, and that will be it. This primer really helps to calm down the skin and rules out some of the redness. I also use day cream as a primer a lot of times, and that's really all you need for day-to-day makeup, just a day cream, and make it go a little bit tacky, and then just apply your foundation on top of it. And I promise you it will stay all day. Now that we have applied our primer, I'm just going to apply the rest of my makeup, starting with the foundation. And I'm going to use the Healthy Mix by Bourjois. I really like this foundation. It's one of the few drugstore foundations that has a shade that's really close to my original skin color, because I am so pale. I really like the formula. It's really moisturizing, and it has like very soft dewy finish. I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge for this, so you can see that I'm just patting on, and then in the difficult areas where it's hard to reach, I'm just going to go in one more time and just press my sponge in a little bit harder. Also, it's very difficult to see, but I also make like these tiny twisty movements with my hands. That's just to blend in the foundation into my skin. And erasing that weird brown spot. I think that's a leftover from this morning's makeup. I'm not sure. And I'm just going to cover my entire face with this foundation and making tiny twisty movements while dapping foundation onto my skin so that we get an even surface. You really want an even base, so I really try to get my foundation as even as possible. So next I'm going to use a concealer, and this is the Naked Skin concealer by Urban Decay, and everybody has been raving about this product, and it's no lie. I mean, this concealer is really awesome. If you want something with a little more coverage, I can really recommend Camouflage Cream by Catrice. I'm just going to apply some of the concealer on the problem areas that I mentioned before, and dab it in with the same sponge. I find that when there's some foundation left on the sponge and you blend in your concealer with the same sponge, then it blends in with the foundation a little bit better, and the colors mix better, because sometimes my foundation is not the same color as my concealer, so then I really need them to blend in with each other really well. So now that that's taken care of, I'm going to use LA Girl's Camouflage Stick, and this is their bronzer one. I'm not sure what color, and I'm going to just sculpt my face a little bit, not really contour, but just sculpt, and mainly around my cheekbones. I put some under my lower lip, because when you apply some darker makeup under your lower lip, your lips will appear more plump, and under my chin so that my face comes more forward, and on my forehead because I have a huge forehead, and if I don't put anything on there it will look like a big plane of emptiness. And my temples as well, of course. Depending on what shape your face is, you will do this differently probably. Next I'm just grabbing my sponge again and blending everything in until I'm pleased with the result. And just dabbing away. I actually just started using this LA Girl bronzer stick, and I must say I really love it. The consistency is something that I haven't tried before. It's like a stick, but it's not like creamy. It feels more powdery. It feels really light, and it blends like a dream. The only regret that I kind of have is that it doesn't really show up on camera. You can't see the bronzer as well as I can in the mirror. I'm going to use Benefit's High Beam just to add some highlights. And I must say this is not the best highlighter that I've ever used, but I like the consistency. I like fluid eyeliners better than powders. But this one is not that liquidy, which makes it not really blend in with all of the rest that well. But the color is so gorgeous. I mean, it's like this really beautiful salmon pink, and it goes really well with my rosy skin. So I put some on my chin, on my nose, on top of my cheekbones, so just above them, and on top of my eyebrows as well, just any surface that would catch the light if you would hang a spot just over your head. And then I use this sun bronzer powder by Catrice, just to add a little more just to sculpt my face a little bit more. Because like I said, the bronzer stick didn't really show up on camera, and I was afraid that you wouldn't be able to see what I did here if I didn't add bronzer. And this one shows up on camera really well, so I just used this to add a little more. I'm just briefly going to bake my makeup now, just because I used a lot of liquid products and I want them all to stay on for a very long time and look really beautiful all day long. So that's why, essentially. I'm thinking maybe I should have done this before I applied the bronzer, I'm not sure. Also, like I said, the High Beam highlighter by Benefit doesn't blend in really well. So when you look up close to your face, you will still see like lines where you applied it. And that doesn't really look that good. So that's why I'm using powder on top of the highlighter just to smoothen out those lines. The question then is, does it still show up when you put powder on top of it? Yes, it does. So I'm just going to wait for a moment and then blend out all of the powder with a powder brush and just spread it all over. And last but not least, I'm using a finishing spray just to set it all a little bit more, because it's really windy and rainy outside. So I'm going to put my nose piercing and my bracelet back on, and then I'm done. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!